Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Barakakwadash. Double honor to the elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone, who rule very well, very beautifully. Double salutations to the Akim out here pushing this gospel in truth and in sincerity to the best of their ability given to them by Yahweh Shai. Peace, blessings, and salutations be unto the elect scattered abroad. Hey man, so I was scrolling on RT and I seen this article, right? And it says right here, it says the FBI's Trump residence raid could mean he can't run in 2024. And this is what stuck out. It says, and his militant followers will rise up, right? And again, we saw a glimpse of that in the January 6th, event that took place. I think it was either 2 years ago or a year ago. I think it was 2020, really. But nonetheless, when that had ultimately, sprung forth, how they were rioting, against the government, government buildings and so on and so forth. There was that was basically a glimpse of, basically two different prophecies, right? The Civil War prophecy, which is what we're about to grab, ultimately the point of this lesson, and then another prophecy, which was it Second Esdras, the 15th chapter, man. Where it talks about there should be sedition among men and invading one another, and they shall not regard their kings nor princes. So that ultimately took place. Man. And now they're talking about how, with this situation that's happened with Trump, how it's ultimately going to lead to that civil war, right? It's going to lead to, more of, and in a more harsher way, that January 6th event that had taken place, right? And I'm gonna read just a couple of these sentences, paragraphs, and then we'll grab some precepts, or we'll grab some precepts in between, and then Lord will, it is edifying. Lord will, straight to the point, but we'll get out of here after that, right? It says if the former president withheld classified papers, it could cost him his political future and possibly lead to a civil war. Now, ultimately, when we go in the scriptures, the scriptures talk about a civil war, man. Which we're gonna grab it right now, right? Scriptures talk about, how the matter of fact, we'll just read this. Isaiah chapter 19 and verse 2 it says, and I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, right? And who is the modern day Egyptians, right? Who is this talking about? We have to understand the times that we're in, right? We have to understand, that America is spiritually called Sodom and Egypt, man. You can see, you have all these signs, man. You have the pyramid on the back of the dollar. You have the ways of the people. You can pay attention, and match it to the ways, of those that were back in Egypt with the makeup and this, that, and the third, and you know what I mean, and as well as, there was one brother that was talking about how, Tracy Morgan, he went to a basketball game and had this big ass gold chain, had a pharaoh head on it, man, because America is the modern day Egypt, as well as its modern day, modern day Rome, because again, you have the ways of, the ways of Rome established here in America, as well as all over the world, but nonetheless, America spiritually, Rome spiritually, Sodom spiritually, Egypt, and so on and so forth, man. So this is talk about America, right? It says, and I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom, right? So this is what's ultimately taking place, or what's going to take place, like it was going to take place, right? Because to prophesy means to what? To say before, right? Tell you what is coming before it happens. And as of right now, civil war has not taken place, but it will, right? It's going to take place. And this article, basically states that if which we're about to read it a little bit more, if Trump, says that these accusations are false, or this, that, and the third, and what's going to happen? It's going to create some type of mentality in Trump supporters and his little militia groups and this, that, and the third that support him. And they're going to be like, okay, well, the government's trying to screw, our leader or whatever, that, and they're going to rise up, which again is going to cause that civil war, right? So we'll drop down to these last two paragraphs right here. It's a little bit longer, but we'll read these last two and get out of here. It says, so imagine this as a scenario, right? It says whether Trump wins again in 2024 or even before the election take place, he gets charged and convicted, becomes barred from holding office, and possibly languishes in prison for a few years. His team puts out brazen statements, as they already have, right, with the dealing with this, the hearings and, so on and so forth, saying, hey, you're blaming it on us, but we have no control over the people, this, that, and the third. But they believe it was him who caused the January 6th event, because most of those people, if not all, were Trump supporters, man. So they believe, they're pointing it all the way back to him, right? It says his team puts out brazen statements, as they already have, accusing the U.S. government of political persecution and rallying their supporters to mobilize against the state. It says, depending on your interpretation of the ongoing January 6th committee hearings, that's also something they've already done, right? They've already, accused the government, of trying to slander, Trump's name and so on and so forth, right? Blame him for something that he had, which I'm just repeating, going off of what they're saying, but I don't necessarily know if he's guilty or not, right? But for slandering his name and blaming him for something that he didn't do, right? Next paragraph says, this is why some folks on social media, as well as some journalists, are accurately saying that the U.S. could be on a collision course for civil war now, right? And this is something the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai has predestinated for this place, man. This is something that's ultimately going to take place here in America, man. And again, there's many different factors, and reasons why this civil war could come about, right? We brothers, we're seeing it, with the icky vicky, those that are jabbed and those that are unjabbed, with the gun rights, those that want guns, those that don't want guns, the many different other factors, man, many different factors that very well could play out, or could very well make this situation worse, man. And as of right now, they're talking about this Trump, bullshit that's going on, man, and how this is going to have those that, trust and believe in him to basically rise up against the government, and rise up against those that are, supporters of the government, It says, the country is already so divided politically. It says the country is already so divided politically that Republicans and Democrats essentially live in different universes. Trump being sent to prison and barred from office could be what breaks the camel's back, right? So this could be the situation that very well could, basically push it past its limits and the civil war starting, man. So I'm gonna grab this precept right here, because again, if a civil war takes place, or a situation, basically, or situations happen that are going to lead up to a civil war. And what is that, man? That's Satan being divided against Satan, right? That's a kingdom being divided against itself, man. Which means what? That means that kingdom is ultimately falling. It's just a sign, another sign of this kingdom, being brought down, man. We at that point we say, call law Yahweh Shemel Shah, man. We want this kingdom to go down, man. We want this place to be, to be tore the fuck down, to be destroyed, man. And we understand that has to be torn down from the inside out before it can physically be destroyed, right? This is Matthew 12 and verse 25. It says, and Yahweh Shai knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself, which again, we're seeing this situation happen, right? We're seeing that the tensions between the people and the government and the people are starting to, tear apart, man. It says every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, right? Meaning destruction, man. This is what's taking place, man. And America is already at that point of destruction, man. America's already destroyed, man. Economically, socially, America is done for, man. Financially, America is America is standing on its last ounce of strength, man. You know, it says, "In every city or house divided against itself shall not stand." Right. So this place is crumbling, it's falling, and it's being destroyed right before our eyes, man. You know, and for those that do trust and put their hopes and dreams of America in America, and you're ultimately fucked, man. You know, because this system is done for, man. You know, scriptures talk about how you trust in a broken reed, man. You know, you trust in a broken reed because this system is going down. You see it. Well, if you can't see it, then you're ultimately blind, man. You know, America is done for, and it's not going to come back, man. You know, scriptures talk about also how those that put their trust, in Egypt, their hopes and trust in Egypt, it shall be to their shame and confusion, man. You know, because they're believing that America is going to be able to benefit them, or you even got some people that might even believe that the American dream is still available, man. You know, not so, man. You know, so let's grab this real quick. Where was I going with that? Slakia. Maybe it'll come back to me. Damn, Salakia, man. Let's actually go back and let's read it and let's see what's kind of this. Matthew 12 and verse 25 is, Yahushua knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. That's right, man. America's done for us. Hey, Thawadi Abashim Shah came back. So reread it again. It's Jeremiah 51 and verse. I'll start at verse 8. We'll get to the point. This is Jeremiah 51 and verse 8. It says, Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. How for her take balm for her pain, if so she may be healed. That's right, man. Because again, you got a lot of people putting their hopes and dreams in America, and believing that America is going to come back. But again, you look at all these situations that are taking place. Hey, America is done for, man. We have the understanding that America, the American system, the American way of life is being destroyed, rooted out of the earth, man. The closer and closer we come to Yahushua's coming, and the more and more this system and America as a whole is going down, right? And it's not going to come back, right? Verse 9, it says, we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed, right, man? It says, forsake her, let us go, and everyone into his own country, for her judgment reaches unto heaven and is lifted up even to the skies, right, man? So America's done for, man. Financially, socially, economically, and soon physically, man. When Yahushua cracks that sky, he's going to destroy this place, man. And everyone that puts their hopes and dreams in this place, man. And you got, hey, that civil war is right around the corner, man. When it takes place, when exactly will it take place? I can't tell you. I don't know. It's all on the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai's time, but nonetheless, this is prophesied to happen, man. So this is right around the corner. You just gotta stay prayed up, keep the faith, and keep watching, man. Because them times are right around the corner, man. And it's gonna be very gruesome times, man. You're gonna see a lot of death, So I just wanted to get that out, man. Lord will is edifying. Lord will is straight to the point. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Shem Shabbat Shem Kakadash. Double honors to the elder apostles, elder bishops of Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutations be unto the elect. I'm gonna say shalom till next time.